We are very excited to kick off today's first session with a keynote that addresses that will dive in the future of new space in Europe. It's my absolute pleasure to introduce Catherine Kavvada, who will join us online. She is the Director of Secure and Connected Space at DG DEFIS, the European Commission. Catherine has been with the European Commission since 1997, with a distinguished career in space policy and leadership, including her key roles in flagship satellite programs like Galileo and EGNOS. In her keynote, she will share her vision on how Europe will continue to grow and lead in this rapidly expanding industry. Throughout the entire Congress, we encourage you to ask questions through the Congress app. After her presentation, Catherine will be taking some time to answer some of your questions, so make sure that you take advantage of this great opportunity. And now, without further ado, Catherine, the floor is yours.
Anna, Laura, thank you very much for the nice words. Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues and pioneers of the space industry, it's a pleasure to address this New Space Economy Congress of 2024. Although I have to say that I really regret not being able to join you in person in the beautiful and vibrant city of Barcelona. Unfortunately, national strikes kept me in Brussels, but even from Brussels, I have to say that this Congress is more than just an event. For us, it's a window of opportunity for the boundless opportunities that space and its technologies offer. The space sector is going through radical changes since a few decades now. I'm in the field for more than 2 decades, almost 3 decades, and I have to say it without any doubt that what was once a field of reserve for governments has evolved into a dynamic and competitive industrial sector. It creates tangible benefits for many other industries through applications like the satellite communication, and we work on this issue with the IRIS² program in the European Union. Earth observation, Copernicus is there to demonstrate it, and navigation systems, Galileo and EGNOS, but also a number of technological advancements in quantum technologies and artificial intelligence. Space has become a critical driver for Europe's prosperity and security, a real enabler for the digital and green transitions, a real enabler of our resilience, of our preparedness, of our common security and defense. If we see for a while the Brussels political ecosystem of these last 5 years, we realize that through a number of reports and a number of actions, the Letta report, the Draghi report, the Ninisto report expected in the course of October, but also the way that the new Commission will be built for the next 5 years, we have a clear recognition of space relevance in our security, in our safety, in our economic growth, in our well-being. Space is everywhere, but space is everywhere with its vulnerabilities that we have to address and with the areas of improvement where we have to put all our attention. For the first time, we will have a dedicated commissioner for defense and space. So the space is, politically speaking, one of the major priorities of the Commission political ecosystem of the Union's vision and strategy. Space is also a vector for economic vitality, with the global space economy projected to reach 1 trillion by 2040. Whenever we say and whenever we address such a figure, everybody is astonished, and we have to believe it, and we have to be prepared in order to be part of this ecosystem, because this growth can bring immense opportunities, and we are determined as European Commission to keep Europe on the map as a global, a competitive and assertive space power. How we work, which is our vision and is our strategy. 3 major pillars. Let me start with Cassini, because this is at the heart of our efforts to strengthen Europe's role in the booming sector. With Cassini's initiative, which started timidly some years ago, our objective is to support entrepreneurs, startups, and SMEs in the space industry. Since 2021, Cassini has empowered many companies across all application domains, whether upstream in satellite and launcher technology or downstream in developing space-enabled services and solutions. I have to say, as responsible for the Cassini program, that I'm more than proud and more than glad to meet in each and every event the Cassinians community. Plenty of ideas, plenty of motivation, plenty of enthusiasm. We're talking about real companies. We're talking about adults in the field, and we are more than happy, also more than motivated to join forces and promote such an industrial ecosystem. Cassini focuses on 2 critical factors. First, helping companies to achieve faster commercial growth, and then raise investment capital. Let me just underline that we are talking about European investment capital, and this is a major field where the European Union, together with other institutions, should really join forces and make miracles. By offering a range of tools for hackathon to matchmaking and to a Cassini business accelerator and investment facility, we have built an ecosystem where space companies, space European companies, can thrive. As Laura and Anna said, we try to promote innovation, we try to promote creativity, and this is plenty in this field. And definitely, we try to help all these companies in order to work on the 3rd objective of today's event, which is the transferability. Space is not limited in Europe. Space is and should be everywhere. So creating this international relationship with other companies will make our strategy and our vision more than successful. In just these 3 years, Cassini has made a difference. It has supported more than 600 new space companies. Cassini-backed companies have raised more than 1.8 billion euros. 60 businesses have been accelerated, and among them we have great Spanish footprint of SMEs. I know that there are many, but I will just mention the ones that I see very often and for which I'm more than happy and more than proud. PLD, the INI, Arcadia Space, Pangea Aerospace, Earth Pulse, Decectia, and many, many, many others. The objective is, in the course of the next Congress meeting next year, to have more companies, not only from space, but from everywhere. And let's move into the second pillar of our vision and of our strategy, which is supporting innovation and sustainability. Our key objective is to boost innovation. As you said it in your introductory remarks, there is no new space without innovation. And I have to say, there is no space without innovation. And whenever we say innovation, it is not just about technology. We don't limit the support on innovation on the development of some technologies. For us, from a political point of view, it's about changing the way we approach challenges. So with Cassini and with all the European Union initiatives and programs, we are trying to foster this by launching concrete activities like the in-orbit demonstration and validation program, which has already seen the successful launch of 6 satellites. This allows new space technologies to be tested in orbit in real conditions, gaining flight heritage and credibility. Equally important for the European Union is the sustainability, and you mentioned it as well. The space sector is closely linked to Earth's future, and with Cassini, we are committed to supporting innovation that promote sustainability. Whether is developing green propulsion technologies or using space systems to tackle climate change, sustainability must be central to our mission. And we try to improve the sustainability and promote the sustainability throughout our programs, Galileo, Copernicus, IRIS, EGNOS. Everywhere we have to keep a place for sustainable space activities. And let me go ahead with the third pillar, which is very close to your mentality and to your wish. We're talking about the need to go ahead with business-friendly procurement and the role that us, public entities, but also the member states should play. Cassini is about to create a business-friendly environment. For example, the European Commission has become an anchor customer by awarding 5 million contracts to 9 space companies under the Copernicus contributing missions. And this is not a one-off. Copernicus will continue. IRIS Square will come with additional opportunities to the new space. You know that by law we're forced to award the 30% of the IRIS Square program to SMEs, and we have a dedicated chapter on top of that where only SMEs, startups, the so-called new space, should be the ones who will build that particular part of the IRIS Square. We consider that you need more than grants. We consider that you are real companies, that you are adults of the field, and we consider that we can rely on you and your qualities to serve properly our systems and our programs. And we do consider that this is what companies need. We know that €1 of competitively awarded contracts is worth €100 in grants. Of course, we will continue to provide grants, but your objective and our objective is not just to support you in terms of survival. You need to sunshine in the field. And this is a signal to the market, a quality seal that helps companies to attract further private investment. So, public entities, more than the European Commission, at all levels, have a critical role to play also in the downstream market using space services and data coming from your companies to improve everything from environmental management to precision agriculture. This market, the downstream one, which accounts for over 70% of the value of the space economy, relies on services enabled by satellites and other space assets. There is a potential, there is an opportunity, and public bodies can act as key customers, creating demand for space solutions and accelerating the growth of this market while providing contracts to SMEs. And this will be our vision for the next decade. A lot has been achieved with our initiatives in the past years. However, we have ambitious plans for the future. We don't stop there. We want to go ahead. We want to double, even triple our efforts. So we need to continue to act as an anchor customer. We need to continue to create SMEs-friendly procurement schemes everywhere. And last but not least, we have to enhance access to finance, and we know how close this is in your heart and in your business configuration. We need to ensure that our space companies have the resources to grow and scale up here in Europe and everywhere. We are therefore working with the European Investment Bank and other players to mobilize big ticket funding, also loans and loan guarantees to serve the new space sector in Europe. And this is more than a word. This is a real vision and this is a real commitment. Our vision is to strengthen Europe's position in the global space innovation race, making the European Union the hub of the new space. And this we cannot do it alone. We will continue, therefore, to work hand in hand with our partners, USPA, ESA, EIB, EIF, and of course, our member states for a stronger new space economy in the European Union and worldwide. Today, I invite you, investors, researchers, entrepreneurs, to dream big and embrace the immense opportunities in the space economy. Collaborate, innovate, and forge new pathways that will propel us into the future. With Cassini, we are building a thriving new space ecosystem in Europe, and together we can achieve incredible things. I really regret not being with you in Barcelona to meet you, to enjoy the coffees and the breaks, but I would like really to thank you for the invitation. I promise that next year I'll do my best to be with you, and I wish you all fruitful discussion at this Congress. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Catherine, for giving us such an inspiring and clear insight into Europe's leadership in the evolving new space economy. Thank you for also explaining us the great initiatives that you're doing from the European Commission, like Cassini, and mentioning some of our friends. I hope that some of the other new space startups that are in the audience will also apply to Cassini and become part of that great ecosystem that you were mentioning. Now we have some questions for Catherine, I believe, if this is still online. Catherine, can you hear us? Here's the first question.
Yes.
Perfect. So here we go. How is the European Commission addressing the growing issue of space debris And what international collaborations are being promoted to mitigate this risk?
Excellent question. First of all, you should know that we consider that the space, not only us, but everybody, the space is congested. We have a number of satellites, active or not, and we expect hundreds of thousands of satellites to be part of the space ecosystem. So the threats for collision, they're there. What we have to do, and exactly our vision and our strategy was presented, is the following. First of all, we have all together civil and military communities to have a mapping of our requirements and of our needs vis-à-vis this particular area. Number two, we have to go ahead with the deployment of capabilities. In Europe, we have the EU SST system. I have to say that we follow 500 satellites right now. We have a number of sensors contributed by the member states. We have 15 member states that they help the European Commission to provide all these services, but we need more. And we need more technologies in order to improve our capabilities. We do consider that in the development of this new service and the new capabilities, the new space has a central role. We know exactly that a number of companies worked in dedicated areas. We follow some of them, and we will continue to pay attention on the way that all these brilliant ideas could be used and help both from the European Commission, from the public entities, but also from the commercial one. Second area where we pay attention in this particular issue is the regulatory one or the normative one. You know that if we don't try to have clear rules vis-à-vis our behavior in this particular sector, then it will become a Far West. We are working for the last 2 years for a draft of a legislative proposal, the so-called space law. It is mentioned in the mission letter of the new commissioner, and we expect that in the course of first semester of 2025, the European Commission will be able to provide a number of rules relevant to safety, relevant to resilience, and relevant to sustainability. We really consider that rules and standards will make the difference in this particular area. And last but not least, global challenges, they have to be addressed at the global area. So partnering, we are not alone as European Union. We have to talk with our international partners. All this discussion and all this exchange of views and the common way to approach the issue could take place at the UN, could take place at regional level, could take place on a bilateral relationship. We work with a number of third countries, and we think that we can make it. All of us, and I said it and underlined, all of us, everywhere, we know that this is not a theoretical threat, but rather a threatened reality. We have to act with all our means, and we are really sure that we will make the difference and we will not have bad surprises.
Thank you very much, Catherine.
Thank you.
Thanks for the answer on that important topic. Right, we can move to the next question now. Could you please provide more information about the status and next steps of IRIS2?
That's a provocative one. I'm responsible for Iris Square. So what I have to say, not a lot of things because we are in the middle of the evaluation. Therefore, the procurement rules force me to keep confidentiality of the information and not to share, unfortunately, not today, the way forward. However, process-wise, I have to tell you that last September, the 2nd, we received the final proposal from the consortium. It was a proposal based on a number of dialogues between the European Commission and the private sector that they took place in the optimized phase. And the net result that we receive corresponds to what we discussed and we agreed under the optimized phase. So this is rather positive. Until the middle of October, the European Commission, together with the European Space Agency and USPA, will run the evaluation process. And afterwards, and considering that the evaluation will be successful, we'll be in a position to award the contract. Content-wise and from a political point of view, I have to say that Iris Square and secure connectivity is something so much needed for Europe. And we have more than the wish, we have the obligation to provide the European Union with such a capacity. So, although I'm not in a position to provide you with detailed information or gossip, and I think that you would like to have such an idea, I have to tell you that we are in the right direction. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Catherine, for that great insight. And we look forward to seeing you here in person next year in Barcelona. Thank you.
Thank you. It's more than a promise for me.